my name is Annihilate, and welcome back to my long-term survival world. In today's episode, I have a kind of big, well, maybe not big, maybe medium-sized build planned. I am finally going to get started on the bridge area. I wanted to build a mega bridge. But before I build the mega bridge, I'm going to build an entrance, kind of like pavilion type style build next to where the bridge is going to go. I was walking around that area looking around, and I thought it would look a lot better if there was a proper entrance to the bridge, because it's kind of a bridge in the middle of nowhere, right in the mountain range. I already gathered up all of the materials and I have them sitting in shulker boxes over there, so I'm just going to head on over and we'll get started building. This tunnel, if you don't recognize it, takes me from my fall forest all the way over here to these two bubble elevators. This elevator goes down to my skeleton farm, and then there's one coming back up to bring you back to this little tunnel. And this one leads over to the Mega Bridge project. In between this episode and the last episode, I did a little bit of work on this water elevator. I made it go taller up so that you reach the tip of the mountains instead of going kind of in the middle of the mountain peak. In the future, I will decorate this tunnel that I dug out in the same sort of style as the one that I have below this one. I'll probably use a lot of copper and calcite, diorite, and maybe tuff, since I'm using tuff in this build for the pavilion. And right now this shoots out right about here. You have to walk up this little set of stairs, and it's not quite in the middle, so I'll probably build the pavilion and then change this last bit again to line up directly in the center of the pavilion. That way you walk up and you're in the pavilion, and then you can walk over here to the bridge. Another thing that I did in between last episode and this episode, if you haven't already noticed, is I shaved down the tip of this mountain peak right here. This allows me a lot more space than I had before. Beforehand, I would not have been able to build anything right here. There was just too much mountain in the way, so I removed some of it, I kept it relatively flat. I didn't want to flatten it completely, but I needed space, so it is a little flat. The first thing I need to do here is mark out where this pavilion is going to go. And to do that, I have some chiseled stone brick. Later on, when 1.21 comes out, I am going to change out this chiseled stone brick for chiseled tuff. Right here is where the first pillar is going to go, and I need to go 19 across, counting these three for the pillar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and the next one goes here. I'm going to stand back a little bit and see if that looks centered to me. I might want to move it over a little bit. Yeah, I think I am going to move it over to the right just a tiny bit. Alright, let's see if that looks any better. I think that is better. It is pretty much centered with this point right here. It doesn't need to be exactly centered, but I don't want it to be way off. Or maybe I should center it exactly. It might bug me later if it's not. So I figured it out, and this right here is the exact center between this point and this point. And it is almost exactly lined up with where I want it to be. It goes to right here. It would be perfect center if the center of that was 2 blocks, but it's not. So it's not going to be exactly centered, but it's fine. Now I'm going to space these out 7 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the next pillar will go right here. I ran out of chiseled stone brick. Pretty sure I have more in this shulker box, at least one of these. There we go. Put that last block right there, and then repeat this on the other side. There we go, and that seems to be a pretty good distance away from the bridge. It's close, but not too close. After ending the last clip, I realized that I missed one of these sets of pillars, so I went ahead and added that right there, making the pavilion a tiny bit closer to the bridge, which is completely fine. There is still plenty of room, and I actually think it looks nicer being that distance away, and it's also not too far back here. And I don't necessarily have to do this now, but there's also going to be a little bit that pokes out on this side and this side, so I'm also going to mark that out right now. I could do it later, but it's going to be a tiny bit easier to do it right now. And that pillar needs to be about right here, which might be a tiny bit tricky. I'm going to have to build up this chiseled stone brick quite a lot. And there's an emerald sneaking down here. I'm going to pick that up real quick. I like having emerald ore. I'm just going to go ahead and build this up to be as tall as the one over there. And then I need another one 7 blocks this way. I definitely did something wrong here. This doesn't quite add up. I need to make this go 2 blocks out this way instead of the way I did. So I'll just fix that real quick and then repeat this on the other side and then come back to do the height of the pillars. Now each and every one of these needs to be 13 blocks tall. I'm just going to do that with tough real quick. Now, going all the way up these pillars, I'm going to do a checker pattern with tube coral and tuff. So starting with tube coral, I'm going to place this down, and then eventually this will dry out and it won't be blue, just like that. And on top of that, I'll do tuff, then tube coral again, and so on all the way up these pillars. Alright, now I just need to repeat that for the rest of these. This pavilion behind me here will not have any walls, which means I am ready to start building the roof of this thing, which will be made out of weathered copper. In this shulker box right here, I know for a fact that I have 9 stacks of waxed exposed copper, but last Tuesday during a live stream, I had a whole bunch more copper laying out to age, so I'm gonna go on over there and see how much more of that is ready to pick. It looks like there are a few over here that are ready to grab, so I'm gonna get some honeycomb. I also need these copper blocks right here, and let's grab some of this up. Just like last Tuesday night when I went and collected all of this copper, I would like to live stream again tonight at 10 p.m. EST. And unlike last time where I played here in my long-term survival world, tonight I would like to load up a snapshot world and play in the trial chambers. I want to try and see if in survival mode I can grab some basic gear real quick and find a trial chamber and raid it with just like simple iron armor and stuff. I really want to experience the trial chamber 100% in survival, so stay tuned for that live stream tonight at 10 p.m. EST. Alright, now I'm just going to grab these last few bits of copper and then get back to building my pavilion. Now, the roof on this building is a tiny bit challenging, but it's not impossible, so we're going to get through it. The first thing I'm going to need to do here is go up a block right here, and then I need a stair right there, and I need to do this going all the way around. Now for the slope of this roof, I'm going to have a stair going on top of here and also behind there, upside down. And then I need to go 1 block up with just a regular copper block. Then another stair and upside down stair. Then up 2 blocks with the regular cut copper blocks. And I'm going to repeat that pattern going all the way up. That is perfect. Now I just need to repeat that on all of these sides. So now that I have this whole copper outline here behind me, I need to fill in the rest of the roof. And I know this is a pretty bold choice, but I am going to do that with this diorite here. I'm just going to take this entire box with me and go ahead and fill in the roof. So it's been a couple of days between the last clip and this one, and as you can probably tell, my voice is completely gone. I'm not sure what happened. I don't feel sick or anything, but now I have a cough and my voice sounds like this. But the show must go on. I need to finish this build. I'm almost done. I just need to add some finishing touches. Basically, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tube coral and this tuff, and I'm going to finish the pillars. As you can see, they're kind of disconnected from the roof. I'm going to fix that. And I'm going to take this andesite and detail the roof some more, and also add some lanterns and lightning rods. And while I'm doing that, I'm not going to talk. I can't talk very well. And with my beautiful pavilion being 100% complete, that will be the end of today's video. Well, maybe the pavilion isn't 100% complete because I would like to exchange these blocks right here for chiseled tuff and these blocks right here for copper bulbs when 1.21 finally comes out, but we got some time before that happens, so for now this is complete and my voice is still very dead. Anyway though, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the little bell notification icon. And of course, I will see you in the next video. Bye!